Okay guys, so we're at the Cupar Museum and Heritage Centre today. We're going to speak to, we're with Fiona, Mike and Guthrie over here, but primarily we're going to speak to Guthrie today. We're going to speak about the museum itself. He's going to maybe show you one or two things about the museum and then leave everybody else to come along and find out for themselves.
Absolutely.
We're going to put on the post to this page as well, we're going to put the link to the actual Cupar Museum and Heritage Centre Facebook page,
website
and website as well, and that'll give people more information. So please like, share, and contribute if you can. And if you've got anything that's worth actually for this place that they maybe find in archive, maybe get in touch with you and actually tell you all about it. Yeah.
We're always looking forward to receiving donations and artifacts and pictures and anything that's relating to Cupar that is a treasure in effect.
So do you want to show me a couple of things round
here?
Well, this is actually intrigued me. You said this is, what is it? What is this?
The room that we're in, we call it the story of Cupar, or a story of Cupar. We don't call it this story because it would take a room 10 times this size.
Here's Preston Lodge. We've just sold a property there. I think this one in here.
Yeah, you see,
that's amazing.
Well, you are also now history. We start this exhibition with the Picts. This is a representation of a Pictish design found on Norreys Law.
So what year is that then?
Oh gosh, that's Dark Ages.
I mean, and it goes all the way around.
All the way around through the medieval period when Cupar was a royal borough. The courtroom was an important part of the Cupar story, and we got artifacts from the Sheriff Court when it was closed. This clock here is one of the prize exhibits in a sense, because this hung in the Sheriff Court, but it's a Cupar-made clock.
1860.
Yep.
Wow.
So that's a wee gem.
That's a real artifact, isn't it?
Prison cell doors from the old police cells behind the buildings. And then moving around.
And then you've got Bell Baxter here as well.
You've got Bell Baxter.
Elmwood College.
The churches. The railway
Road
station.
and rail.
And this is a nice artifact here, the picture of the Lomond Hills near Cupar. It's a James Mackintosh Patrick painting. That's straight out of a railway carriage from the 1950s or 60s.
That's an amazing photo.
It's a terrific thing.
It's amazing.
It's a terrific thing.
Love it.
This is great.
And this is where you're located, actually. You're located at the Cupar train station.
In the railway station.
This one right here, this property right here on the end, there's the main entrance to the train station.
That's correct.
But right there, that's where the Heritage Centre is for anybody watching this video and you want to visit.
Absolutely.
So in terms of visiting times,
we're not 100% sure exactly when we're going to be open
because of the
situation. This year we opened on Sundays, Sunday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. We're always here on a Wednesday because we get together to collate our artifacts and record and do all of that kind of thing.
This is an amazing room as well.
Now this is a room that we've got with some of our special artifacts, shall we say. The treasures of Cupar.
Tell me a little bit this one. I was really intrigued. And this is the person. What is it? Duffus Park.
This is John C. Duffus, after whom Duffus Park is named.
Yep.
This is the Freedom Casket that he was awarded when he was made a free man of Cupar. Now there's only about 8 or 9. We're not terribly sure the number of people who were made. Given the freedom of Cupar, but he's one of them,
this cost you a fair amount of money to buy, didn't it?
It cost us a bit, but it was quite a story because a young guy got onto our website. He'd seen this in an auction room in Douglas in the Isle of Man. Got onto our website, got in touch with us, but he'd recognised the Duffus name because as a student he'd played rugby at Duffus Park.
Yep.
And he thought, Cupar people might be interested in that. Got in touch with us. We put in a room bid, and we got that through.
But it was £1,000. I mean,
it was a heavy price.
Where do you get your funding? Where do you get your funding to do that?
We
self-fund.
We self-fund.
Yeah.
But we actually also managed to raise a bit of funding as well. To do that from.
And do you have a donation on your? Do you have something on your Facebook page which would actually direct people to help you out in funding?
We do.
And your website as well.
A donation button, absolutely.
Perfect. Okay.
We rely in effect on donations and grants from various organisations like Museums Galleries Scotland. But mainly donations and subscriptions because we're a member-based organisation. People can join Cupar Heritage and their subscription helps to fund all of this. I should say That cost that, but it also included.
Yeah.
I should just point out that also included that key, which John Duffus used to open Duffus Park in 1911.
Wow.
And it included these scissors.
That's amazing to think over 100 years ago, that is.
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling when you think about 100 years, over 100 years ago, that key was made.
We've just recently, this year, had a donation of an artifact called an instrument of Sassines, which relates to a property, but we haven't been able to work out yet which property.
It relates
to a property in Bonnygate, but the date of that is 1720.
Wow.
So we've got artifacts going back
So you just
into
have to
the
do a lot of
early
research on that.
18th century.
So another one you actually pointed out in here, this is a famous artist of a
Yes,
Cupar area.
Charles Lees, who was a Cupar-born artist, born in 1800 in Cupar, went down to Edinburgh to train under Sir Henry Raeburn, one of the great figures of Scottish art. To supplement his income, he went around teaching the daughters of gentlefolk how to paint and draw.
Okay.
Fell in love with one, and Daddy didn't like it, so the pair of them eloped, ran off to Rome, got married, and they had a number of children.
That's how you do it, eh?
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's artists for you.
Oh, I know. What are they like, eh?
And one of his most famous painting is this one?
This is undoubtedly his most famous painting. It's a golf match in St Andrews, and what portrait artists like Lees did, of course, was to paint the individual faces and then build up the picture in effect. But that's a pretty fine, famous painting.
And there's lots of other things in here, but we'll not tell everybody too much about that. They need to come and visit
for
themselves.
They need to come and see it.
But there's lots of different things in history around all these different people. Look, there's F.W. Woolworth.
Yep. Yeah. In fact, people still say, I'll meet you at Woolies, and of course Woolies is long since gone.
And I still refer to it as Woolies as well. And John Men's is over the road.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's amazing. It's it's a real treasure trove in here. It's absolutely amazing for anybody.
We restrict our collection to things that are relevant to Cupar.
Cupar, yeah.
I mean, there's a fairly recent one. Is this medal that we got awarded to a young man from Kirkgate School in
1867, David Markey.
So it's
fantastic. I don't want to give away too much, so we're just going to probably finish it there and let everybody. We do
need people to come and visit and also, of course,
so keep an eye on the Facebook page more than likely to allow when that's going to happen.
That's right. Yeah, it's we usually open up for the season end of April.
Perfect.
So if COVID restrictions permitting, we'll be opening up at the end of April.
Excellent. And that's it, guys. So check out the Facebook page, check out the website. If you can make a donation, even if you can share the page as well with everybody else and follow the page, it'll be a big thing to the Cupar Heritage Museum Centre. And until next time, guys, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties TV.